Making a Murderer, which told the story of Stephen Avery and his nephew Brendan, who were both found guilty of the murder of Teresa Halbach. Was Brendan's confession coerced?
We have the evidence, Brendan. We just need you to be honest with us.
None of the statements that Brendan gave were coerced.
Tell us where she was shot.
In the head.
No, I mean where? In the garage, outside, in the house?
In the garage.
Did you bully a confession out of this boy?
No, I did not.
All right, I'm just going to come up and ask you. Who shot her in the head?
He did.
Tell us about that, then.
He shot her with his .22.
When you were with him, there was not a lawyer there and there was not a parent there. Is that odd?
He's not a suspect. He's not a charged defendant. He's not entitled to a lawyer. He could have asked for one. He chose not to have.
New developments in the Making a Murderer case. An appeals court ruled Brendan Dassey's confession featured in the Netflix series was coerced. The judges also said the 27-year-old should be tried or released from prison. Prosecutors will seek to repeal the court's decision.
Brendan Dassey's legal team is announcing today they're petitioning the governor of Wisconsin to grant him clemency.
He has spent almost half his life behind bars. We're filing a petition for executive clemency with Governor Tony Evers of Wisconsin.
Is that all that's left?
We got a lot of fight left. We got a lot of fight left for someone like Brendan Dassey. Yes. The path ahead for Brendan, you know, I've been representing him for 15 years, him and a lot of other good people like Terrell who falsely confessed. And the path for those folks in the legal system is almost impossible. This confession was coerced, was unreliable, but the last round of the appeals, we lost by a single vote. Not because Brendan was guilty, no one said that, just because these techniques weren't clear enough against the law. So yeah.
I'll guarantee you right now, if I went and got him out of his cell and asked him what he confessed to, he didn't have any more idea than a goose what he confessed to.
You know, so Brendan Dassey, right, this happened in 2006 was his interrogation. 16-year-old, special education student, IQ around 70, profound deficits when it comes to whether he can understand speech, how well he could use speech, how well he could understand speech. You bring that kid alone inside an interrogation room. No mom, no dad, no lawyer. You question him like they did 4 times over a period of 48 hours. I'm amazed he held out as long as he did.
Well, we have a portion of Brendan's interrogation. Let's take a listen to police when they pulled Brendan out of class.
And we've got people back at the Sheriff's Department, District Attorney's Office that are looking at this now saying there's no way that Brendan Dassey is out there and they see something. And they're talking about trying to link Brendan Dassey with this event and saying Brendan had something to do with it or cover up on top of it, which would be Brendan Dassey could potentially be facing charges for that.
So this is made up, right? There was no one at the Sheriff's Department, no one at the District Attorney's Office that was looking at Brendan because there was no evidence tying him to this crime. But this is how they start out, by scaring this vulnerable 16-year-old with a lie. You could get murder charges, Brendan. That's how this kicks off, and it just goes downhill from there.
was a documentary that captivated the nation.
Exhibit 1, and it will be part of the motion.
Brendan Dassey and his uncle, Stephen Avery, serving life sentences for the 2005 murder of Teresa Halbach in Manitowoc County. Years later, Netflix's Making a Murderer still resonating with people around the world.
Here's a kid. He knows he's innocent. No one is looking to help him.
Dassey's confession tapes.
We went in there, we tied her up, he stabbed her, and he told me to cut her throat.
Chilling for supporters who say police took advantage of him.
I watched the documentary like everybody else, and I kind of felt really compelled to try to do something to help him.
15 years into his life sentence, groups still rallying for his release, posting signs on Madison city buses, holding rallies, and spreading their message on social media. Like this Facebook group called Brendan Talks, supporters getting as many people as possible to send the governor letters like these postcards.
I've known him for 6 years now, 6 or 7 years now, so I consider him a good friend at this point.
Group administrator Becca Nash created the cards. She says she talks to Brendan on the phone every week.
We talk about movies, music, he loves Pokemon, we talk about anime.
Nash organizes events so members can interact with Dassey in prison, sending him photos of them ordering his favorite foods, holding art contests, and lighting candles in his name. Why Brendan Dassey? Why is he the one you want to focus on?
He's very nice, very sweet. He wouldn't hurt a single person. I believe he's 100% innocent.
One member, Elizabeth Graf Kettler in Kenosha County, has been writing to Dassey and Governor Evers for years.
I've had so many sleepless nights thinking about this child, worried about him. What are they doing to him, and what is it doing to him mentally?
She keeps Dassey's photo next to her deceased sons.
I sat there and I just sobbed. I went, oh my God, what more could they do to this child and his family?
I just wanted it all over with, so I said whatever they wanted to hear, you know.
In 2019, Dassey's eligibility for pardon was denied. Since taking office, a spokesperson for Governor Tony Evers says they've received 2,200 contacts regarding Dassey's case, the people sending them personally invested.
Do I think that a postcard is going to change his mind? Probably not. But I want him to know that there are people all over America, all over the world, who believe in Brendan, who believe that a great injustice was done, and that something needs to be done. So he needs to fix it.
Caroline Reinwald, WISN 12 News.
A spokesperson for Governor Evers tells 12 News the governor is not considering a sentence commutation for Dassey at this time.
Hey guys, Mind a Monster, Sunshine here. So I did want to do a little bit on Brendan Dassey for those of you that have not seen the Netflix documentary Making of a Murderer. I do suggest that you check it out. And also I would like to give a big shout out to Becca Chu. You will see her in the previous clip that I just played. And she's a huge advocate for Brendan, and we've had some developments in his case, and there is a Dr. Phil episode that I'm going to try to run a live on. But I did tell Becca that I wanted to put together a video for Brendan on my channel. So, as always, guys, thanks for watching. And make sure y'all jump over to Brendan Talks 2.0 and sub up. Let's get her up to 1,000 for doing such amazing work for Brendan.